Welcome to the OK Den Show. Again, I am Titia Owens, the Madre.
Hey y'all, I am Chyna Elizabeth, the daughter. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
And today we have some of our longtime friends that are here with us. They are so wonderful.
Yes.
And they took the time to come and be with us today. So we want to welcome them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Yes.
Right now, to my left, your right is who? What's your name, sir?
My name is Micheal Shelis. I am a contemporary artist in Dallas.
So,
And my mom is good friends with her. And my name for her first was what? Esteban?
Esteban.
They did a skit and I had my pool and I needed me to play a waiter. And I had hair. And I walked up and there was a waiter in the skit and my name was Esteban.
Okay.
That was fun, right?
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
fun. And then who's this beautiful lady we have here?
I am Jade Shelis, Michael's sister. And
Are you known as his
yes,
Michael's sister?
my whole life I've been Michael's sister.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's okay.
And so you're the youngest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm fine with that. I just follow behind quietly.
Yeah.
And so today, guys, we're going to talk about the strong bond. These two have a quite exquisite dynamic with their brother sisterhood. So we want to get into that immediately.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Michael. So Michael, when you think about your relationship with Jade, like what's the first thing that comes to your mind that kind of communicates the relationship?
Comfortability for sure. And definitely like a... we were just raised in like, once if you have a problem... Hash it out, get over it.
Okay.
Like, my grandma will go, yeah, like Mexican for like, that's enough.
Okay.
Like,
That's
it.
what that means?
Drop it. Yeah. I don't know. It was just meant like, drop what you're doing and look. So that was, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what about you, Jade?
My first thought, this is so cheesy. And if you know me, I normally am not this soft. But like best friend, because we really have grown up so close. Like we obviously fought a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Wrestled, fought, like
Yeah.
all of that growing up. But we've always been best friends and really close, and that's just how our parents raised us and our family.
I would say we became friends
Yeah.
on all the vacations we had to go on. We were just like a bunch of adults and we'd look at each other and like, should we go play?
We're all we got.
You always have each other.
Yeah.
So when grandmother said, yeah, what was that about? Like, what was it that she was having to get you guys to come together on if she told you guys to
We're
stop
trying
it?
to tickle her,
Probably
squealing.
Michael pinning me down.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
me not being
know
able
that
to move.
so well.
Yes, any younger sister to a brother knows.
Oh my goodness.
They know.
So the struggle.
The
pin down.
Exactly.
The pin down ministry.
Yes.
You know, I'm like wrestling with my dad and I'm like, wrestle with Jane.
She's like,
Piece
no,
of
I'm
China.
not going to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, no.
So when you think about childhood experiences, Michael, go back to childhood when you guys were really young. When did you guys know that you all had a bond? Or when did you know that this is my friend? When did you feel that?
First few snow days.
The day I was born? Oh.
You know what I mean?
Immediately after move.
Yeah.
I have to have been your
Immediately.
best friend.
I would say like once we both got through puberty, it became, in my opinion, like snow days became fun, and like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think there was like a second helping of closeness.
Yeah.
Once we became old enough to get into bars. And then I was like, hey, you should come. And like we just kind of have always hung out together on the weekends.
Just
and-
jumped right into his friend group.
Right.
Without asking permission. I was like,
Love
okay,
that.
I'm in this group now. Thank you.
Now, is that kind of cool? Did you feel cool when she would jump into the friend group?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I was trying to spit game, and I'm like, my sister's over there looking at me. I'm like,
This is embarrassing.
she's not getting invited next time. So sometimes I'm like, tonight's gonna be a night. Jade, I'm busy. But most of the time is like rally the troops.
Yeah.
Her friends and my friends.
Yeah.
We all have like a little.
Cute
Click.
little friend group.
That's so
Yeah.
great.
That's great.
That is so great.
I don't think I would do that with my brother.
Really?
And they're pretty close, but they don't
We're
do
very
that.
close, but our friends are our friends. You know?
And my friends were my friends.
Yeah.
She started telling me.
Curtis Barger.
I got a best friend who also has a sister who's her friend, and it became like they both, because he also loves his sister too, so it was kind of awkward because they would both start showing up at the doorstep like, "We're ready to party."
So what I was
Hannah, Jane. But then they earned their keep by
Yeah.
bringing their hot friends, and now we're all good.
Well, that's
There
awesome.
you go.
So,
There you
Michael, I
go.
noticed you have decorated hands and arms and fingers with color.
I do.
What does that mean?
She actually just told me before we started filming, she's like, "You have red on your face."
But I love that. Tell us why.
I'm an artist. I was just painting George Strait. It's not actually George Strait, but this guy commissioned me to do like a big Mod Podge of a bunch of George Strait stuff. So just working on that before, and it's a very messy, very fun life.
Okay. So,
awesome.
when you're painting, Jade, are you connected to the painting? Are you artistic as well, or how do you connect in that
I
world?
would say in a different way.
Okay.
While he paints, I
Constructive
criticize.
criticism.
I tell him how it could be better.
No, but this is good though, because if a bunch of people are like, "You're amazing," you
And
stick
Jade
with
is like-
what sucks. If you have
Yeah.
people that's like, too much drips,
Yeah.
eyes look weird. You're
Okay.
like,
Yeah, I'm the only person that can tell him, and sometimes he gets mad, but sometimes he's like, okay.
I get mad because I
Right.
know she's right.
yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
that's great. That's great that
Yeah.
you all have that dynamic as well, that you can take the criticism.
Yeah.
Now, does she take the criticism from you?
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
There-
You look bad in that outfit. You're wearing too much makeup.
I've never
Self-tanner's
said-
too dark.
I said that. I said the last
Fair
two.
point. Fair point.
I've never said you look bad in that outfit. I said, no, ma'am, I can see your cleavage.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
if the great divide, if I can just like 2 or 3 fingers past the line,
Yeah.
I'm like, for them, sure, but I'm weirded out watching you juggle up to the bar.
literally never happened.
I'm weirded
Way
out.
too much.
That's the one downfall of
I'm
being
gonna
friends
pull
with your brother.
security footage from Park House, and we'll see who's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is so good, though.
But it's just weird seeing your sister hunt. And
It's like,
got her, she hunt her.
these people don't know me. You can't make me out like that.
We're getting to know you. Everybody's getting to know.
That's crazy.
So, Jade, when you hear your brother saying these things,
She's very reserved.
Yeah.
But she does use a bartender for free drinks. I'm like, give me 2. Give me 1. We did. Then he got fired.
oh,
For giving out too many free drinks.
Okay, well, sorry for the bartender.
Yeah, he tried.
Okay, so let's talk about too your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, what were some particular things that your parents did to cause this relationship, or how did they have to manage you all's sister and brotherhood?
I think one of the main things is family days were like never an option for us.
Okay.
It was normally on Thursday nights. No matter what plans we had, whatever, it was family night, and
Love that.
there was no getting out of it.
Love it
So
looking
that-
back, but sometimes
Yeah,
you're paying
in the
this.
moment,
Right,
it
right.
sucked because we're like, oh, our friends are doing something, but
But they're also cool about it. If it was
Yeah.
something like they
Big,
knew we
yeah.
were missing out on a big social thing, they'd be like,
Yeah,
okay,
they would
we'll do
adjust
Sunday.
different
But
Right.
days, whatever. But I think that was one of the main things, and then us not being allowed to like be mad at each other. Like we were allowed to fight, but we had to like make up right then. And so it was never like grudges held or like being offended and we're not speaking to each other now, this or that. And so that's just our whole family is everyone can like, you can scream at each other, get mad, let all your feelings out, and then like 5 seconds later it's like, okay, what should we have for dinner?
Yeah.
Literally, that's our life. So I think it was just ingrained in us to be like this. Both sides of our family are like that.
Wow.
Big Mexican,
So-
big Greek.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mexican. When you talk about the word Mexican, I like imitating Mexicans. By the way, I feel like I'm Mexican. That's why me and your mom get. That's one of the reasons why we get along so well, because she loves to see me imitate that I'm
You
Mexican,
do have a good
being that I'm not.
evil Angora voice.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my god.
Your old Instagram post.
Yes.
Or was it
exactly.
TikTok or Instagram?
Yeah,
you
it was
buying
Instagram.
Before.
Yes, yes, Instagram. But that was one of the reasons why we connected so well. But she would always talk about just family time. That's what I know about your mom. And so I always found it so amazing that you all would have these particular events, or she would create opportunities. And I think it started with your grandmother. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So talk about that, like how that whole foundation came into being, where family was so important. Share that.
Okay. So in my grandmother's sibling group, I think there were 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them, and all of them had multiple kids, and so all those kids, all the cousins grew up as best friends, and so they all talk about they didn't have friends like at school. They had their friends at school, but like on the weekends and after school, you were with your cousins. I think there's like, how many is there? Like,
I met a cousin like 5 years ago, maybe 6, 7 years ago, who was like 40. And I met him for the first time. He's my second cousin. And there's like 60, 70 only second cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so
That's not including like the third or fourth. So usually it's like 100-ish people at family reunions.
Oh, wow.
And that's with no friends there. And then you get all the like, hey, come after this thing. So,
Right.
And by the end of it, you have a huge party. Sorry, Jade, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, they all hung out just family, and so that was their whole life growing up, was just the family. And so I think that just kind of carried into our life because she's from Del Rio, and so once they moved to Denton, then we had our family unit of my mom, her sister, and then us and her kids, my grandparents, and so it was always us all together. All the time. Like, we have friends who like don't know their cousins, their first cousins, and we're like, huh? They live in the Metroplex and you don't see them? We see our cousins every day, every other day. We see our cousins in England like every
I literally
month
see them more than I
somehow.
see most of my friends. And I live in
It's
England.
crazy. And so we all I think everyone just prioritizes family a lot, and just the relationships and stuff. And so I think it's just you deciding to be close with your family and all that carries it on.
So you mentioned England. Who's from England?
Her dad.
Your dad is from
Yes.
England.
Yes.
And so tell us about that dynamic, because that's the whole other side of the family.
Yes. So he is half English and half Greek, and majority of his family is big, loud Greek side, and then there's the other side that's the nice, sweet, reserved English
That's
side.
where she gets it. She got the British side.
I got British, Michael
You
got
got
the
the-
Greek.
Jade hugs like a British statue. She goes,
So y'all are Greek.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. She's a porcelain British doll, and I'm like a Greek grandpa that runs up and
Okay.
gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Let me cook for you.
You like to cook?
Oh, I love to cook, but I was just going back to like, yes, Jade got the very British side
Okay.
of
Yeah.
the blood.
So there's both sides, and so that whole family also is so tight knit. Everyone is best friends there. They see each other every single day. The whole family will be at one person's house that one night, and then the next they all switch.
Literally 3 or 4 nights a
Everyone.
week.
Really?
Do y'all enjoy the parties and stuff though?
Oh my gosh,
like,
yes.
It's so fun, yeah.
Good
Yeah.
food.
It's not even parties. It's just
all
like
about
dinner
food.
Get
on
together.
Tuesday.
Right,
It's a party
right.
because
Yeah.
there's so many people.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's really just ingrained into I think our blood to like be this close, and that's how we are with our family in England. Obviously, we don't see them every day, but somehow we're all going back and forth, where we're seeing each other at least once a month.
We'll be
Oh,
back
wow.
there
That
twice
sounds
before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Ethan's coming over in November, and then Uncle Nick's coming over in December. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And
Oh,
so it's just
wow.
like a lot
kind
of
of
going
gets
back.
old. I'm like, do we have to go back to Cheesecake Factory? Y'all were there
They love the Cheesecake
2 months ago. Nothing's changed.
So
That's funny.
yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
And so with that dynamic, let's talk about lessons. So this is your youngest sister. What have you learned from him? And then what have you learned from her?
You first, so I can think about it.
from Michael, I think I've learned to not take things so seriously because he is so carefree and just like fun and all that, and I'm very like the organized type, and things have to be planned and all of that.
Yeah.
So he created a nice game for us one time when we were in London with our friends that we called
That was fun.
the pointing game, because like for me, I want to have everything planned of like where we're gonna go,
Yeah.
where we're gonna eat, what we're gonna do, and we didn't have plans
You
one
hate
night,
that.
and
I hate
so
a schedule
I was so
organization.
stressed. He's like, okay, we're gonna play the pointing game. Everyone's gonna point until we hit the end of the road, next portion of a point, and wherever we land is where we'll go.
Wow.
And so that
Okay.
in my normal would like stress me out.
But tell them what happened with the pointing game.
Yes, so we did the pointing game. I pointed this way, he pointed this way, our friend pointed that way, and we landed at this venue, I guess, that
It was like
ended
it
up.
was in the middle of downtown, like Soho or Carnaby Street, London, and it was like this big old looking building, and it ended up being a perfume shop.
It was
Oh,
a
wow.
launch party for this perfume, Barreto. I don't know. I think that's how you say it. I don't know.
I'm shocked you
I
remember
say
that.
Barreto. It's because I have it. And so we
It smell good?
yes,
Okay.
not really nice. So we went in there and it was a launch party for this certain perfume that all these influencers were invited to.
Felt like I was in show Billions.
And Michael
Oh,
was
wow.
like,
It's like sexy DJ, everybody
Oh,
like weird and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike was like, come on. And I was like, we cannot go in there. Like, that's a private event. There's
Yeah.
a girl at the door with a list. And he's like, just walk in. Like, you know what you're doing. I was like, oh my God. So him, my friend, walk in. And I'm like, we have to go to my other friend. And so I'm like, come on.
It's her and the other girl, the other sister.
Yeah, the other
The one that they both show up together like that. It's them. The twins at the end of the hall. Looking for weekend plans. Can we play with you? Their head was spinning.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, the visual monster. Sorry. Love them. They're the best. I'm kidding.
So we went into this party, and it's one of like our favorite memories all together. And it was really cool. Michael like stole a swag bag.
I didn't
as
see
we were
nothing.
leaving.
I took initiative.
Took the
The person,
bag.
I see a
That's
bunch
how
of things
bad
over there. The person giving them out's over there. I'm like,
Everybody.
everybody's standing in line to get them. One.
so you're like,
Just
I'm
walk
gonna
up and
get
grab
one.
three.
Yeah.
He looked at me and I went, because if you look around, you're doing something.
Yeah. But
Oh
you're
my
I'm
gosh.
supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, no. Vicky told me to get him from upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
No, there's no Vicky there.
That's a risky name to use.
Joanne.
No way.
So anyways, that kind of nice, like, spontaneous acts I have learned from Michael, and those nights have always been great and fun.
That's
They are
so
always
good.
really great.
So what about you?
My answer is power in silence. Power in because I'm like, it's my biggest pet peeve about Jade is I want to like argue and get into a topic and like no, because you said and she's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. You're being irate. I'll talk to you later. Hangs up and I'm like, argue with me. I know I'm wrong, but just let me get to it.
That is
Through
so
20
funny.
minutes of trying to make my point.
Yeah.
Like I like the chase of knowing I'm wrong because it gives me maybe a chance I can make you think I'm right. Not actually. I always am like, I'm sorry. Yeah, whatever. So Jade has very much taught me to like the best answer sometimes is not saying a word. And that's for business, that's for relationships, that is for so many different things that's for whenever I am I stubbed the crap out of there's nothing funny about hitting your funny bone. And I, not used to, but I'm a very animated person. And I realized a few years ago, like I'm like, dang, and I yell, and I look back and my dog is like cowarding because he doesn't know that I'm like not mad at him. He just sees energy and big and like fresh, oh, it makes everybody around nervous. Sorry, I'm
That's
getting
okay.
over something.
That's okay.
But when Jade, everything could go wrong, and she's just like, I walked in on her on standby. She's in a dark room, not dark, but just like a room. No TV, no music, no stimulation. She's like,
I was going to sleep.
no, you were sitting up.
Going to sleep.
You were hovering on the
I went for
ceiling.
bed. Nothing was on.
I looked at you and crawled up. No, not actually, but for real though. There's I could never sit alone with myself. Like I mean, I could, but
That's not something you're
not
comfortable
telling
with.
myself I'm gonna meditate now. Just enjoying the moment. She's very good at being like
Present.
present, powerful, and since we've gotten into being little adults, she's killing it with like the Bochi's place and stuff.
Yeah.
I always thought of her as like, I don't want to, not in a bad way, but more just like you were Dad's assistant for a while, and I just figured you were like, okay, you're really good at doing little tasks like that, but then you took Bochi's place and took it and like ran away with Bochi's box. I overhear her talking to these volunteers and employees. I'm like, you, ma'am, could have built a pyramid.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? But with like 5 slaves fanning her so she's not hot.
Stop.
Like, just saying she could have built some pyramids, but she would have definitely been one of the mean leaders. Not mean, but just like
I got you.
I would have been like, it's okay, guys. I'll help. Like, I'll help you push this. No, delegation. Like,
In control of it all.
but you know what though?
Yeah.
She's like, and we've had this conversation of what will happen whenever my parents decide to move on to the next life. I'm kind of like, what? they're like, we think Jade might be more responsible with like the will
Everything.
and stuff. And they go, we're gonna give you the money to go make. You can make money, but Jade's gonna be like I'm gonna have to be like, Jade, I'm sick and tired of asking you for this money. And then her husband's gonna be like, I got this one, babe. Jade and I really feel like you really haven't shown us enough for us to trust you again. Michael, you cannot find matching Bugattis. Like,
Oh my
but I need one for me, one to paint. So for this reason, I think Jade sits in her power very, very
responsible.
unwaveringly, and
I love that.
I like to over-explain and never talk.
But we love that about you, Michael. Just so you know that.
I think it's a good balance between the
It
two.
is.
It's definitely balanced.
Yeah,
But that's kind of usually how it is in most siblings.
Yeah.
Because that's how you and your brother are.
For sure.
It's the
I'm
same way.
definitely the more quiet. I don't want to argue.
Yeah.
We're not going to argue. Chris is more, I want to have a whole debate. Just like you.
Oh, so it's the same dynamic.
Oh, it's the same thing.
What's
not gonna do
Chris's kryptonite? Mine's her hanging up on me.
I don't know if he necessarily has a kryptonite, but
Like, do y'all have the things that you know can get under the skin?
I
know we
can
do.
be very annoying. Like, if he's not in a good mood and I keep nagging at him, and I will keep nagging.
So you do it on purpose?
Yeah. That will get on his nerves. But other than that, he's pretty cool. Like, he knows how I am too, so he just kind of brushed me off now. So it's not like anything that'll set him off.
See, this is what happens with
That's nice.
us, and she and her little.
Nice.
No, man. This is bad. So you have. I'm realizing I got all the crap end of the stick on these like crazy personality traits. I am always the one that's blowing her up. So I'm always calling her, and she's like, "What? I'm working," and I'm like, "I just wanted to see if you saw that new thing about Lizzo." She's like, "That's what you're calling me about?" I'm like, "No. I was also calling about like, and I'm embarrassed. Like, and then her friend on the phone who goes, "He always calls you, Chloe."
I think that's
We
weird.
know your
Beautiful,
calls.
though.
Yeah, because Chloe works with me, and so it's like we know if the phone is ringing, it's Michael during the workday. It's always Michael. So we're just like,
Not much.
"What's up right now, Michael?" Well, hello.
Hey, I was thinking about this Airbnb. Can you send me an Amazon list of all these new things I should put in there? Because I want to change up. Then she's like, "Can we talk about this maybe on the weekend?"
Any other time.
Other than work.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you guys mentioned Bochi's place. What is that? Because the audience doesn't know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
Right.
I'm kidding. No, ma'am. You are great.
So, my mom opened a nonprofit called Bochi's Place, and it's a safe house for girls who are rescued from sex trafficking.
Oh, wow.
And so now we are supporting sex trafficking victims in different ways through outreach on the streets, through we're starting now in middle schools and high schools to do preventative trafficking work.
Wow.
So we're going in, giving food to the kids to kind of get the door open, feeding the ones who are hungry, clothing them, and going in with education on prevention. So we're kind of trying to get in front of the problem before it begins now, just because obviously it's so huge. So
For sure.
we're taking a different route now, and we're opening a bunch of different streams of trafficking, not trafficking, but you know,
ways to
outreach
prevent it.
against.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
That's beautiful.
That's what we do, yeah.
And you've done that for how long?
Oh, let's see, since 2017. How many years is that?
Yeah.
Bad at math.
Yeah.
6.
Wait. Me and you were going.
She said, yeah. She didn't even try.
So I was like, Michael and Chyna can figure that one out. They're the math ones.
Yeah.
That's what I do with left and right. Go right. I just said a word. Actually, I meant left.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love it.
That's
so,
amazing.
tell me, what is some good advice that you always share with the audience about being siblings and handling different dynamics that could come into the relationship, whether it be positive or negative? Kind of share with the people watching, what has been some things that have helped you guys bridge this relationship over time, or if there's been a particular instance that you can remember where you were either very upset or you were very proud, one or the other.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I have a lot of answers. I'm trying to wing one down.
narrow
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
I think if it was a piece of advice, I think it would just be to just move past. Obviously, like, I know there's problems and stuff, but you can move through most problems
Yeah.
just by talking it through. And obviously, I saw a TikTok today that it said your sibling's the most important relationship in your life because your parents died too young and your spouse has come too late, but your sibling's there through all of it. Cute.
That's good.
True.
That should be a
So
t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think just working it out, whatever problem you have with your sibling, just work it out because they're really all you have through your whole life.
For sure.
Yeah.
You must
That's
have
so
sent that
good.
one to Reagan, not me. Our cousin Reagan.
What happened?
He's like a brother. She said about that sibling thing. I was like, you must have sent that to Reagan, not me. On Instagram, like, this is us.
But yeah.
Okay.
So I think just work it out. Any problems that you have, work them out.
Okay.
It's not worth losing a relationship over with a
For
sibling.
Yeah.
I think this one kind of goes to the parents first and sister children play together
Okay.
because there's so many kids that get to do their entire lives living at home across the hall
Yeah.
in their own rooms,
Wow.
isolated, and then they're like, it's up in the morning, and like,
Don't really even know
yeah,
they
I
sibling.
have so many friends that grew up in the same house, same age group, same age gap, maybe a little bit shorter, maybe whatever. And it's just like a roommate that you found on Craigslist that you happen to
Wow.
like.
That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
we're both from the same person. Instead of like snow day, Jake, get up and like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's great.
that playing together, insisting on becoming not, they weren't like be friends, but it was just like, you know, through familiarity and going down to the South Texas, we have a lineage street. It's probably five houses, and at the end was my grandmother's mother's house. So my Alita and her husband,
Alita.
Abuelita and her
Abuelita.
husband, had a bunch of kids, and then did it right, and then they had a bunch of land and built, or they gave all their kids the land, and then they in the 70s or 80s built all their homes.
That's amazing.
And then they raised all their families there, and then so like my mom and my aunt, all 10 families, all
right
with
there.
their litter of
Wow.
children, running around up and down Colorado Lane, which was
Wow.
like it's still kind of a safe, like, everybody knows what's happening because you got there's one way in, one way out. There's a family auto shop and then a family restaurant,
Yeah.
and then the street.
Wow.
So everything there, we were raised going down there for reunions, barbecues, any excuse, honestly. And through that, once again, like on vacation, like, yeah, we played with our cousins and stuff, but still, like, you know, the way down,
Yeah.
and way up. It's just a lot of hours together. Same thing with England. Just kind of always being together just creates a friendship and a familiarity. But I think it definitely goes back to like not letting your children grow up independently.
I love that.
You know,
That's so wise.
It is.
because then it creates a family, and I think the family, the FAMILY.
That's correct.
Yeah, I've misspelled my last name before on painting.
Are you serious?
Oh, pardon me? Yes. Notice I said pardon me?
Yeah.
She came in one time, Rabbit Trail, I know Mater. She came in one time, I was painting when I was still living at home.
Okay.
Painting in the media room. And she comes in and goes, pardon me. And I was doing a Mick Jagger painting, and one of his songs was Pardon Me. And I had written pardon me in my head. Totally forgot the D.
The R.
Or R. There you go. Point
wow.
in case.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. What did you do?
Right.
painted over it.
Okay, yeah. That's
Sorry.
the thing about art.
Yeah.
You know, go over it.
Anyways, I forgot I was going like, what was it?
I have no idea.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
Being friends with the kids.
Yeah. Okay.
That's about it.
That's good.
It's great.
So, was there ever any embarrassing moments with you guys where she or you embarrassed the other?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Plenty.
You can't remember a time.
I think all of it's on my side.
Yeah, probably.
you agree with that.
Yeah.
My friend,
See a lot.
my friend and I tied her up to a bedpost one time
Oh
with
my
a karate
God.
belt, and she was
Yeah.
like
That wasn't nice.
8 or 9.
Oh, my
wow.
God.
And we were
Left
just
me
like
there
14-year-old
for
boys. My best friend was over, and we were like, "Da!" And I think we didn't like drag you and wrap you. Somehow we talked you into letting us do it, but then we didn't undo it.
Oh my God.
And I left you for too long, but
Yeah.
You were
She said
hot.
hours.
Yeah. It was rough.
it wasn't
It was ours.
darling. It was not hours. It was about
was.
10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, right. We had to wait for mom and dad to get home to save me.
On episode 2.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
so they wrapped you up.
They tied me up to the bedpost with this. Like, could be traumatic.
Yeah, maybe
Now
we
that
can-
I'm saying it back, it sounds way worse
Don't
than
say
it was. They tied me with his karate belts, and I had to just sit against the bed and wait for my parents to get home.
Oh my God.
That sounds
and
so
y'all
bad.
came up with that how?
You didn't wait for mom and dad to get home. We
did.
got you 10 minutes later.
Okay,
We made
whatever.
a Pop Tart when we got it. Anyways,
hilarious.
So what was yours? Embarrassing moment
embarrassing moment.
that you can remember.
I got one. This one just came back to haunt me only a few years ago.
Oh.
This was an embarrassing moment that I thought I was in the sanctity of my family. We're all having fun and games. Mom and dad, we were in England. We're staying. Yep, tell me this one. Don't you dare show the picture. Don't show the picture. He still has it too. This queen of blackmail over here.
Yeah.
So we were in London. We're staying with my aunt. My mom and dad went out for a date night.
Okay.
We're with my auntie Linda. She's very posh. She got like that side, and
That side.
like this is where she got it from. Is like my aunt Linda's like, oh, when a fork drops.
Oh, goodness.
And we're over here fighting over lemon and souvlaki with the Greek guys and whatever. So the parents are out. For some reason, they decide to talk me and manipulate me,
Manipulate you.
coerce me,
Okay.
actually, into putting a dress on
Okay.
and putting
And
makeup on
heels.
and heels and go
Oh,
like
wow.
this for a painting. For a
Oh my
picture.
God.
And I took it thinking like, this is before like. Is that how you're feeling inside? It was like, no. It's just a joke. Like,
Yeah.
I'm playing dress up with my sister. It's kind of weird, but this is why we're friends, because I'll play dress up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never thought much of it until a few years ago. And then a few of her friends start texting it to me. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
and you can't explain that one away anymore. So,
I mean, because you're all the way done out.
well, I could, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just caught red-handed. Pink dress, just for that sake.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a bad one. Maybe this should be the thumbnail of
just
this
had to see
podcast. It was like that. No, let's not do that. Don't think
We won't do you like that. We won't
Yeah,
do you like
yeah, we
that.
won't. We'll stay with the strong bond.
Oh, man.
But that is so great. So having those experiences has brought you to this place that you are now.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do now is just talk about, we've heard the process of having the strong bond, and you've shared some really amazing examples of things that have gone on in your life. And so this is what we do at the end. We tell the audience what we're okay with. We kind of sum up what we're okay with. And so I'm going to say, from listening to you guys, I'm okay with knowing that you should not be roommates in the sense of
Yeah.
siblings being in the home together. I'm
Yeah.
okay with knowing that you should attempt to have a strong relationship, and there should be a good communication, and the parents are or should be intentional about causing that to happen with their siblings. Would you agree, Chyna?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now, would you say you've experienced that?
Definitely. You made me and Chris spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we necessarily wanted to,
Yeah.
but we had to.
Exactly.
So now, of course, we're close. But
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that, it would have been the same thing. We would have been in our rooms, minding our business, and just wouldn't have known anything. But we're both we were childish, kind of still a little childish. So we would play and stuff like that, get on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
It was good and bad. So, yeah, it helped. It
So
definitely helped.
listening to them, what would you say is similar about you and your brother?
Just the dynamic of like how he's extra,
Yeah.
she's more chill. I can be extra. I just put you out there, just like, you know, extra. But my brother is the same way. He's still a little bit more reserved now to other people, but when he's at home,
Yeah.
he's extra. And I'm extra too, so we just be
you
extra
pick and
together.
choose.
I pick and choose.
Yeah.
But when I want to be quiet and not want to be dealt with, it's just like, leave me alone. Like, we don't have to do this right now. He wants to get deep into stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, honestly.
I feel like people like you can go. You have the blessing and the option to go quiet, and everybody won't go, "What's wrong?"
And that's the thing.
If I go quiet, people think I'm pissed. I'm like, I'm just trying to not take over the conversation.
No, for sure. For sure. It's a good balance.
Yeah.
I think it's a good balance.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love how you said, I'm just trying not to take over the conversation. That's my MO. I relate to Michael, so that's why I keep touching
Talk,
because I'm
count
like,
to 10.
oh my God, like, I feel
Count to
you.
15.
You know? I'm that person that,
Same personality.
yeah, I don't mind being quiet,
Yeah.
but I don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not intentional.
You know the best little hack I got for wanting to always talk?
What?
When you're on the phone? I learned this because my mom would be like, Michael, stop interrupting, buddy. And I was like, you're the one person that's actually going to tell me things. So I started putting myself on mute while she's talking. And dude,
Just say whatever.
so many times. I'll be like talking or I'll be like, doing something and listening. I'll be like, yeah, but did you also hear? And then I'll realize that
She's mute.
I would have completely interrupted her, but she's just talking all
That
along.
is so smart.
And then I realized, like, it shows me how many times I'm like, yeah, but I'll just wait till this conversation's done and then bring that up.
That's good.
Love it.
I've had to
That's
learn
nice.
that. So I like that. I'm
You may
okay
need to
with
do that.
I'm okay with muting.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Are you going to do it?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I want to keep that in my mind. I'll keep that in my mind. Jade, what are you okay with? After hearing all of this, what are you okay with?
I mean, ask me that in a different way.
What do you find peace with about the relationship that you all have?
Oh, I find peace with knowing that we're always going to be this close. And I'm excited to see, like, when we're both older, have families, and how we're going to mesh our families together, like our family has done for us and our cousins and all that. And so
That's
I'm
great.
excited for
She took
that.
my okay then.
Oh, wow. We're sorry.
Ditto. You
That
can
was the
say
same
ditto.
thing.
Say same
Is like, yeah, I think the okay from this is definitely having the future that we're gonna have of just a lot of barbecues.
A lot of
A
barbecues.
lot of Sunday family days.
Love it.
Yeah.
So will y'all do the Thursday nights with your families as
Now
well?
our family days are Sundays.
Oh,
And so our
Sundays.
whole family comes together every Sunday.
That's awesome.
awesome.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
barge in
most
on
of
one of
Well,
those.
yeah, our mom, her sister, husband's kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to barge in
You
on
totally
one of
need
those
to come.
Yes.
For sure.
The Greek oven, y'all for real come.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Bring
I
Chris.
like it. I like
Yeah.
experiencing
That'd be so
those
fun.
things. And
Yeah.
again, I already feel like I'm in the
Wait,
family.
I got an idea. I got an idea.
Come on, what's the idea? What's the idea?
What if we I'm gonna grab it because of the sound, but what if you take these and go do some okading outside live from the Greek oven?
Oh, that would be so fun.
Oh, that would be so
That was so fun. Like,
Roman, and y'all like, okay, then let's go see what's happening inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, come on, how are you making that? Okay, then
We can
Michael.
get just like a wireless mic and do it
I
from
actually
there.
have all of it if you need
Oh
it.
my god!
I have
I
a
love
DJI
Michael.
Pocket
Let's
button,
do it.
wireless lapel,
Let's
and it's on a
do
gimbal.
It.
Okay then.
Okay.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
And that's what we were just about to say.
Period.
So you've been watching the OK Then show with Micheal and Jade Shelis, and they have been
Yes.
such a blessing here today talking about their strong bond. And so we are closing out, but we want to make sure that you are liking, sharing, and subscribing to the OK Then show. And Chyna, how can they watch us?
They can watch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Okay.
Yes, a new episode is every Wednesday. So make sure you share that. And also talk about your strong bond. Tell us about the relationship that you have with your siblings and give us some suggestions or even tell us what you've enjoyed about Micheal and Jade today. So we're so glad that you've watched with us, but we are about to lift. So how we end is we all say together, okay then, bye then. Okay then, bye then. So ready and go.
Okay then,
Bye then.